Alright, what's up, guys? So, let me just kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory before I get into this video. So, anyways, a while back, I discovered this store that sells old retro games like original Xbox, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, OG Xbox, Xbox 360. They even sell like Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Nintendo. They sell a gang of old games, alright? Dope store, dope people that work there too. But, anyways, been shopping there a lot recently. And no, I was like, that was something that I was curious about because I remember buying the video game Fuel and seeing that it was available on the Xbox Series X, but it's only playable if you have it on disc. But you can't just buy the game on off of the console. Because if that was the case, I'm like, fam, I wouldn't have spent no, because I know most likely they wouldn't have had it where it'd been no $60 game off of the on the Xbox store. But yeah, I had to go on Amazon and see some store that was selling it on there, and I ended up paying $60 for it. Waste of money because I was like, I felt like that the game shouldn't have cost that much. It's an old game. Yeah, it's dope that you kept it in good condition, but anyways, but it's like really though, it's like I guess like a game that's like, oh, the case is beaten up, this might got some scratches on it. How is that game gonna play any different than a copy that's never been opened? I'm saying it's gonna be the same exact game, so that's why I'm like, I just think that it's kind of weird that people be charging that much for the game, and I was like, it just would make sense if these developers or companies had it where these games were available. My thing is this, it just confuses me where it's like these companies be making all this money, or if they sell themselves out to a bigger company, it's like still, you guys make all this money, but you can't have it where these games be getting remasters or they just get like re-released on the like consoles and stuff, or even like Steam or something. But anyways, so I had was looking up because there is this Ace Combat game that I did get not too long ago, and it's called Ace Combat Assault Horizon. Played it, thought the game was insane. I was like, it's one of those Ace Combat games where it's like it's different. It is very different. But anyways, I was curious because there are some games that I did buy on the Xbox or for the Xbox 360, and it's playable on the Xbox Series X, S and X. And no, I was just curious to see like overall, like if that game is playable. So I look it up, and there are like, unfortunately, it's not. But that's what I also seen was that I guess this whole backwards compatible thing that Xbox had going on, it was a program. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just something that came with the Xbox. But so, anyways, they said that program ended in November 2021. So there's like, and pretty much the person that because there was somebody else that asked the question, and then the answer there was like, unfortunately, it's not. The backwards compatible program ended in November 2021. So unless Bandai Namco, I think that's how you say the name. But anyways, regardless, releases some type of remaster of the game, is not going to be playable on the Xbox Series X or S. Only Ace Combat 6 is backwards compatible. And when I saw that, I was like, fam, for one, why was that even a program? Like, that to me, that don't make no sense. That doesn't make any sense where it's like you guys make it into a program, but it's like, there are going to be a lot of people out there with older video games, and these consoles, it ain't like they're like new and stuff. They're getting up there in age. So eventually, I know it is going to be at a point in time, the original Xbox that I have, that's going to go out. The Xbox 360 that I have, that's going to go out. The PlayStation 3 that I have, and just, yeah, even adding Sony into the mix, that's going to go out at some point in time. And I have the PlayStation 3 that plays both, all three, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. But I know it's seeing its days. It's like, it's like a 17-year-old console. I know it's getting to that point where this console is just going to eventually stop working unless, I don't know. Let me just see what the lifespan is for a PlayStation 3. Let me ask chat GPT, what is the lifespan of an original PS3? Let's just see. So there's all like the lifespan of the original PlayStation 3 can vary depending on several factors, including usage, maintenance, and environmental conditions. Generally, a well-maintenance PS3 can last anywhere from 7 to 10 years or more. Here are some factors that can influence the lifespan, and then, yeah, it just goes on to a bunch of different things. But it's like, yeah, I just had mine just sitting around or I gave it to my sister. She had it sitting around collecting dust and things. And so anyways, but it's like, yeah, 7 to 10 years. You're adding more to it. It's, yeah, I know eventually at some point in time I'm going to turn on this PlayStation 3 and it's not going to work. But guess what? I'm going to have a bunch of PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games that I can't even play anymore. And it's like, fam, I'm just saying, to me, it just doesn't even make any sense where it's like, okay, I know on PlayStation 5s, you guys have it where PlayStation 3 games are playable, but it's only able to be streamed. Squash all that. Have it where if I got the disc version of this game, I can play it or just sell the games on the store. But it's like, my thing is this. If I'm playing the game, I'm not trying to have it where I'm only limited to streaming it. And then, yeah, like, let's say if it's like some bad weather conditions going on outside, shuts down my internet. Or, yeah, it's like, yeah, there are at times where it's like my internet provider, it just randomly just shuts down for no reason. And I'm not trying to have it where I'm halfway through a game and then I just end up getting kicked out because it's like, oh, you're no longer connected to your Wi-Fi, so therefore, whatever game I was just playing, gotta wait until my Wi-Fi. No, bruh, I ain't trying to. At least with Xbox, I will say I do like the fact that they have it where if you do have the game on disc, and if you're playing it single player, you ain't gotta worry about no stuff like that. But they do have some online games. I mean, PlayStation is the same way too. But I'm just saying, it just would make sense to me where it's like, forget it being a program if you have the game, because I know there are games that's playable. All right, to me, that just don't even make any sense. Where I'm all like, there are some games that's playable, and then there are some games that are not playable. That's something where I'm like, even if it is explained to me, still, it's something where I'm like, fam, if it's a game, all right, and it's for that platform, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, if it's for that platform, it should be playable, correct? Because that just doesn't make any sense to me, where it's like, there's games I can play, like a Call of Duty, or one of the older Call of Duties. I can play one of the older Battlefields. I can play one of the, like, just some old game, but it's like, then there's other games where I'm like, I have to have an Xbox, an original Xbox. And I wonder, what's the lifespan of an original Xbox? What about the OG Xbox? The lifespan for an original Xbox, often referred to as the OG Xbox, also varied based on factors similar to those PlayStation here. There's like many original Xbox consoles have surpassed 15 years of life, thanks in part of their durable design and the dedication of hobbyists who maintain and repair them. However, as with any aging technology, the risk of hardware failure increases over time. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not trying to have it where it's like, I go and I'm like, you know what? I got me some free time. Let me play an original Xbox game. Let me play True Crime. What is the True Crime game that I have? It was, I think it was like New York City. Let me go and play that. Let me play Need for Speed Underground 2. Let me play, where's some Hitman 2, Red Dead Revolver. All the setting console doesn't even work anymore. And I'm like, luckily for some of those games, they do work on the Xbox Series X. But all games should work on the Xbox Series X, not just some games. And it's like, oh, because my thing is this. If that is the case, then you guys, because it's like, you know, there's going to be people out there still wanting to play these games. So it's like, you guys should still be selling OG Xboxes and Xbox 360s. You know, but it's like, and I know you guys ain't gonna be all like, oh, well, have it where you just send in the console and then we'll repair it. And it's like, okay, how much is that gonna cost? And I'm not trying to have it where it's like, okay, I send it in, you guys fix that problem, now it's another problem. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it would just be easier and less space in the room if I had just a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X and I had a gang of games and all the games were playable. That would just make more sense to me. But it's like having it where I have to have these consoles, and then these consoles, any day now, these consoles can just give up and things. Yeah, bro, I ain't trying to go through all that. So I just think that it's a thing where I'm like, with both Microsoft and Sony, I'm like, you guys need to have it where all games are playable on the new consoles, not just some games. I think I've talked on this before, but now seeing this thing where it's like with Microsoft, where it was a program, and it's like, no, it shouldn't even have been no program. To me, that just doesn't even make any sense. And it's like, you know, there's going to be people out there that still going to have these old games, and they still going to want to play them, but they can't unless they have an Xbox 360 or OG Xbox. Nah, bro, I'm like, my thing is this. I just gave you guys $500 for a console to play video games. I should be allowed to play whatever video games that you guys allowed to come out on these, because if that was the case, then you shouldn't even have never had these. Like, if you guys should have just had it where it's like, okay, you wait until video games, then, you know, it's like peak technology, then that's when you guys start coming out with video games. But it just, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. You have these video games come out just for them to get thrown away in the past and stuff, and it's like, oh, I gotta play one of these newer games if I want that experience, when they don't even, half of them, not even half, the majority of the games that's out today don't even offer the experience of older games that came out back then. It's like, man, come on now. So anyways, yeah, hopefully somebody at Microsoft or Sony sees this video. If not, people, send this video in to Microsoft and Sony so they can start working on having it where we can play all games, not just some games, you know, all old retro games and not just some. Like, I can understand, like, you know, with Nintendo, where it's like, yeah, they changed, like, you know, from the Nintendo 64 to the GameCube to, like, the Nintendo Wii and everything else like that. Okay, I can understand, you know, and I mean, they'll probably have it where it's like these games, some of these games will be playable as the time goes on, but it's like, if not, then it's like, fam, then you guys need to have it where you re-release these old consoles, but a newer version of it, so at least I'm able to play these games and not have to worry about the consoles going, just dying on me one day, you know. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.